Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are digging into something big for the Pi network. We're talking about updates that could literally change everything for its millions and millions of users.
So, is Pi Network quietly building a whole new economy for humans, AI, and machines? I mean, that is a huge question, right? But honestly, a lot of recent developments are pointing to something way bigger than just an app you use to mine on your phone. The vision here is getting massive. And right at the center of this whole transformation is this idea of something called PIUSD. Now, this is a stablecoin, and a lot of people are saying it could be a complete game changer for the entire Pi ecosystem.
And check this out. The vision here is so much bigger than just creating another digital coin. We're talking about building these seamless payment channels that connects people, AI agents, and even autonomous machines. It's basically the blueprint for a real machine-to-machine economy, all running on the Pi blockchain. Pretty wild stuff.
Okay, so what even is a stablecoin? Let's break it down real quick. Think of it like a crypto token that's designed not to have those crazy price swings you see with Bitcoin or other coins. Its value is pegged to something stable, like the US dollar. And that stability is what makes it actually useful for, buying things and making real-world transactions. All right, so that brings us to the next big piece of the strategy. This isn't just about launching a new coin. It's about plugging the Pi network into a massive multi-trillion-dollar trend. And that trend is the tokenization of what they call real-world assets, or RWA for short.
And look, this isn't some fringe idea from a dark corner of the internet. We're talking about the CEO of BlackRock, the biggest asset manager on the planet, saying that tokenization is the next generation for financial markets. When you hear that, you know a huge shift is coming. And it looks like Pi is trying to get right in the middle of all that action.
So you might be asking, okay, but what makes Pi special for this? Well, the network was built from the ground up to be eco-friendly, super fast, and have really low fees. And those aren't just boring tech specs. They are absolutely crucial if you're going to handle the insane volume of transactions that comes with tokenizing real-world stuff.
But how do they actually pull this off? How do you go from this big idea to something real? Well, the answer seems to be the engine that's going to power this whole shift, a huge update they're calling Protocol 23.
And this is really the heart of it all. Think of it like Pi graduating. Protocol 23 is what takes it from being this social mining project to a full-blown, fully functional blockchain platform. It gives users the tools they need to build a real economy on top of it.
So what does that actually mean for you, the user? Well, things like smart contracts and a built-in decentralized exchange, a DEX, mean you'll be able to trade assets directly with other people on the Pi network. You get to skip the big centralized exchanges. It puts way more power and control right back into the community's hands, which is a pretty big deal.
And here's the thing. This isn't just talk. It's not just a white paper. There is a ton of real development happening on the network as we speak. It shows there's serious momentum and a lot of belief from developers. And when you see the numbers, they're kind of staggering, actually. For starters, right now, there are already over 210 live apps, dApps, running on Pi. That's a really solid foundation to build on. But get this, what's even crazier is that there are over 23,000 projects in development, getting ready to launch. I mean, that is just a massive vote of confidence from developers who are betting on Pi's future.
Okay, so we've got this super ambitious vision on one side, but to be fair and get the whole picture, we have to turn and look at the market reality. And frankly, that side of the story is a lot tougher.
Let's just be real about it. The price of the Pi coin has been a huge problem. I mean, it's fallen over 95% from its all-time high. A drop like that, it's going to shake people's confidence. It's made a lot of folks question if this project can actually survive long-term.
And that right there is the central conflict, isn't it? You've got this absolutely brutal price chart on one hand, but on the other, you have this massive technological upgrade happening. So the billion-dollar question is, can all this new utility and new tech actually be enough to turn things around? Which one of these forces is going to win?
So if you're a pioneer, or maybe you're just watching Pi from a distance, what should you be looking for? What are the key signs that will tell us if this huge vision is actually going to become a reality?
Okay, here are the big ones, the real make-or-break moments. First, the official launch of the open mainnet. That is huge. Then, the deployment of Protocol 23 has to go smoothly, no major bugs. And just as important, we have to see that ecosystem keep growing. More apps and more users getting through that KYC verification.
Hitting these marks is absolutely critical if they want to rebuild confidence. So when you step back and look at it, Pi Network's plan to connect humans, AI, and machines, it's honestly one of the most ambitious things anyone is trying to do in crypto today. The tech is being built, the community is absolutely massive, but as we all know, a revolutionary vision doesn't mean anything if you can't execute. So the question we're all left with is, can they actually deliver? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.